Why does the iron door in my HD Minecraft resource pack have that bar right down the middle? A bar that we all seem to agree is kind of ugly. Well, my resource pack uses an effect called parallax that creates the illusion that these blocks are 3D. This effect works great 90% of the time, but one of its shortcomings is that in order to create this illusion, it often has to hallucinate that these blocks are tiling. This is a big problem on something like doors that are technically 2 blocks. So it's basically trying to tile the top texture twice, which creates this seam down the middle. When I was making the iron door, I wanted to include the outline on the texture in the height map. So I pushed back the inside of the door to create that border. It left us with this massive section down the middle that needed to be filled to avoid the seam. But there are a lot better ways to do this, and today I'm gonna do just that. Whether we like it or not, the middle part of the door cannot be recessed at all. However, rather than adding a brand new feature to the door like I did before with the bar, I realized that if we add another row of the squares on the door, we can avoid having any of them land on the seam, which makes things a lot easier for us. Next, this time we're gonna have the border be flush with the front of the door rather than sticking out. At this point, we were able to push back the squares and the windows just like we did before, but we're gonna have a much flatter looking door overall. Finally, I'm still on the fence whether we're gonna keep the slanted bits that we were trying out or just go back to the layered look like every other block in the pack. So I went ahead and created 2 new versions of the door. You guys can let me know what you think, although I think either of these options is gonna be a lot better than the one we had before.